Okay, we're on. Where did we get this music?
I think it's stock music. It's pretty good, though. I like
think
it.
It's great.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Welcome back to our second official episode.
Second episode.
I have officially titled this one The Holiday Hustle
Oh, good.
because it is December 2nd as we speak.
Yeah.
I think
it's
third?
the third.
It's December 3rd.
It's December 3rd. I was about to fact check you on that.
Written
I was
the
like, I
date
thought today was
incorrectly today.
the 3rd. You might have to let the dog out of this room.
That's right. It is the 3rd because we've done 2 nights of Advent calendars already.
So I have a funny Advent calendar
Hold
story.
on. Okay. Save your Advent calendar.
Okay.
Put your dog out.
Come here. Get out here.
Poppy's the cutest dog.
He is not well in a small space.
She's crazy. All right. So a reminder, my name is Penny.
I'm Carrie.
We have Red, our producer over
I was
here.
like, are we going to have our different name for her today? No? She
we
wants to
we
be
could
Red
go through
again.
the rainbow,
Scarlet.
but I feel
She could
like
be Scarlet. Ooh, so fancy. We can stick
could
with our
be.
theme.
we are episode 2 of For the Sake of the Podcast.
We are sisters-in-law.
We are. We're chosen. We picked each other.
Chosen sisters, yes.
Actually, I picked you.
I know, I was definitely here first. You knew what you were getting into.
I ever tell you that my mom gave me a whole lecture about how I have to be really committed because I marry the whole family and not just the man.
And indeed, those no truer words have been spoken.
Remember when she told me that? She told me that when I was in Kansas City with you guys. We were all staying at your mom's townhouse or something.
Yeah.
And I had to sleep in your mom's room with her in her bed.
With her?
With her.
Were you guys married yet?
No.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
No.
Okay. Is that when we did the children's museum or something and we didn't have kids?
Yeah.
We didn't have
yeah.
kids.
And we talked for like 3 hours about what to do for dinner. And then once we picked one, we talked for 3 more hours about what we could have done instead.
That sounds totally right.
Yeah.
Come a long way.
One time I went up there with just Jamie. Like we went to visit for something. We were engaged, and your mom had to go to work, and she wouldn't leave us home without her. I had to sleep with her again. Not even on the couch. There was a spare room and a couch, but she didn't trust me on the couch either. Apparently,
And you wonder
ravenous
why. You wonder why we are so screwed up with this stupid purity culture.
21
We are
years
so
old.
ruined. We're so ruined. I have so much to say about that.
Our podcast is called For the Sake of the Podcast. Our pilot episode, we discussed what that means for us, which means we're going to spend some time talking, catching up on what's been going on since we were back here before. But also, your assignment is to do something outside of your normal comfort zone for the sake of the podcast. It's been a solid 3 weeks since we did our pilot episode. So I hope you've come up with something that you did outside your comfort zone for the sake of the podcast. So start thinking through that.
If I did something, I probably did. I don't know.
I'll give you time to think about it.
Okay.
Since we talked, we've had a holiday.
We'd have, yeah. It was good. I had a great holiday week. Fun Thanksgiving. Sad to go back on Monday. Monday was a sad day in this house. Sunday night was sad because we knew that we had to get up early and nobody wanted to. I know what I did for the sake of the podcast. It's not totally, I did it for my children, but we went, all 4 of us went to fall retreat. This is the only year that both of my kids would be eligible to go as students because one was in 6th grade and one is a senior. So this is it. This was the only time. So all 4 of us went to fall retreat. And I sound like this thanks to fall retreat.
the German festive.
I feel like it is. Yes, I am still cleaning stuff because I'm so nervous. There was one year, and I can't remember if it was fall retreat or some other event that they went to, but somebody brought back, but not to our house, but someone from church brought back bed bugs. So it's like I'm got a serious phobia about it. I made Andon clean all the bags, not just what was in the bags. I cleaned all the in the bags, but I made him clean the bags themselves. He was.
Did you see any bed bugs there?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
But like we're not using white sheets, and they're you can see them, but.
So you spent 2 nights,
2 whole nights
with a bunch of teenagers.
Yeah, I was with the high school girls. Phil was with the 6th grade boys, so he definitely
got off
had
worse
it worse
than you did on that one.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Boy, that was loud. Did you hear how loud that was? Listen.
And it was really cold that weekend. So first we went to a football game. That's the first thing we did. So Andon went with the church by himself, and then Philip and I went later because Kaylor had to go to the football game. So we drove up after the game on Friday night because it was like halfway there, more than halfway there. So we got there super late. We missed, all the first evening stuff, but they had to, and I have never been. This is my first time to go. Philip's gone with Kaylor before. So Andon and I, this was our first time.
I hate stuff like that.
Yeah. It's not my idea of a good time. I love the people. Like, we had some really great people in the room. Like the sponsors were awesome. And the girls were great too. But,
Have I ever told you about the first fall retreat I ever went on in Colorado?
No.
I won't tell you.
Was it Golden Bell?
Yeah. It was up at Golden Bell. Somewhere in the mountains. It was somewhere. I don't know if it was Golden Bell.
I bet.
I didn't tell you. Okay.
I mean, maybe, but,
I'm just going to tell you.
Since then, so tell me the story.
Because we've talked about it probably every week since then.
This is your Roman Empire. You think about it regularly.
All the time. Maya was just a baby. So she wasn't even with me, but this is how long ago it was. She was a baby. So roughly 17 years ago. And it's a wonder that your brother and I have made it this far in life. He had me go this whole weekend in this cold mountain, whatever, with these teenagers riding a bus up the side of a mountain that he drove.
Oh my gosh.
It was terrifying. Left my newborn with people, well, my baby, she was not a newborn. Spent the weekend up there with all these teenagers. We finally make it partway back down the mountain and we stop for food. Now we've been eating crap.
Camp food
the whole time. We stop at a Qdoba. Do you know the story now? Am I getting there? We get food. We're sitting down and there's this teenager at our table who didn't have any food at all. And so Jamie was like, why aren't you eating? She said, well, I used all my money at the gas station. She bought like mounds of candy. So she didn't have any money left. So I was like, all right, that was your choice. Whatever. So I'm sitting here eating. And with Qdoba, they give you like 3 tacos, like when you order tacos. So I'm eating. So your brother
he took a taco,
reaches over on my plate.
Yeah.
Takes one of my tacos.
Without asking.
Gives it to her. Gives her my taco.
That could have been your favorite one that you were saving for last because they can all 3 be different.
I'm telling you, if looks could murder a human being, I would have been a widow on the spot. He just was like, here, have her food. Not his own food, mind you. He gave her my taco. And she was like, sure, thanks. Ate my taco. And so now every time we eat and one of our kids gets up and leaves the table for whatever reason, they look straight at him and they said, Dad, I'm not done eating. Please don't give my food away to anyone else. He gave my taco away. And that's my fall retreat. That's what I think of when you talk about fall retreat, is my taco being stolen from me. I probably would have given it away.
But you didn't have a choice.
No. Don't force me to be charitable.
I can't remember like a big event that happened at fall retreat. Just on Sunday morning when we were waking up, Kaylor said someone was snoring, and I was like, oh, I bet it was me. I bet. I forgot my breathe right strip. Sorry. This is all your fault. That's what I also say to her and my son. The two of you ruined me. I'm ruined.
You've been ruined.
I've been ruined. That's another story. I snore. I snore worse at different times. Like, I thought I was doing better. But, you know, get me in congested, you know, with a bunch of sickly kids that I'm not around. I'm pretty insulated here in my little hobbit hole.
I
don't hang
you
out with
promised
people.
me a smelly cat rendition. I feel like
I sound like a
your
smelly cat.
nasally voice. So you went on fall retreat for the sake of the podcast.
For the sake of the podcast, that was the first weekend.
Feels like that's sort of
Thanksgiving.
Stretching it for the sake of the podcast
Because I probably was
going to go anyway. You want to know what I did?
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of options to pick from when I was thinking through this. Because if you'll recall, the last time we were together, I was about to go line dancing.
Oh, I know, and I wanted to go.
Yeah.
But I also was like...
But I was going to go
comfy on my
line
bed.
dancing anyway. So whether that was for the sake of the podcast or not. Now, the bull riding that I did not do.
That's what we decided
Would
that
have
we
been.
were going to have her do. We will.
That's an option.
Because there is bull riding at this line dancing place.
There's a fake bull riding. I mean, there's real
obvious.
bull riding, but I
There
would have
is
not
actually
done
there's real bull riding. Have you been there? Have you seen this place? Like,
Red.
ever? You never been?
Red, for the sake of the podcast, you're coming
We're
with
all
us.
going.
And we're mechanical bull riding.
I feel like we got to go early because we're a lot older than we used to be. Like,
I mean, there was
when
like
I
an
went to this
85-year-old man
place-
with his walker on the
you're
dance floor.
joking.
Why would I joke?
I don't
about
know.
that?
I don't know how that could not be real.
So anyway, I don't think that counts for the sake of the podcast because I was going to go anyway.
Bull ridden.
That would have counted.
That would 100% have counted.
So then we had a holiday, and for the first time in 20 plus years, it was a drama-free holiday. Like, I didn't even have like a, I can't wait to tell you what happened type of story because I had certain family members that just weren't there, and it was a peaceful holiday. So I got to the course at the end of this time, and I knew we'd be podcasting at some point, and I was like, I got to do something. I have to do something. So if you'll recall, you were there. You went with me to this ridiculously cold football game on Saturday.
Yep.
So here's what maybe you did not notice.
I don't know. Tell me what. Well,
Okay. So we were waiting in this like crazy line to get in, and it was like in a tunnel. And I'm pretty sure the walls got closer together. Like, physically, they moved in like this, and everybody's crowding, and there's millions of people in this tunnel.
It felt like everybody was trying to get in from our tunnel.
Yes. And so the tunnel starts spinning, and I'm like going to hyperventilate because this is not my jam. And I was like, I hate everything. I hate everyone. And forget this football game. I'm going home. And I was about to walk out, and there's no walking out. You're kind of stuck in the spot that you're in. So I was like, well, I'm here. Mm-hmm. Got to do something. So I started conversation with the person next to me.
Oh, you did. I actually totally remember that. She did.
Perfect stranger.
Yes, she did. She bonded with our fellow captives.
I did.
It was like we were sardines in the little whatever that thing is, the sardine can, all together. People on the side were like trying to go forward. I'm like, you're not any more special than us. Back that thing up, you jerks.
I thought about
We're
vomiting.
here.
Thought I'd clear some space around myself.
Did we tell that story last time?
We should tell that story. Anyway,
I don't think of vomiting ever without that story. We will have to at some point. That will be the vomiting
hey, Red, take
story.
note that we got to tell the vomiting story. So I looked at my husband, your brother, and I was like, well, I got to do something. I'm going to make conversation over here. And he laughed at me, and he was like, not
He
a
didn't
chance
believe
in
you.
hell you're making
I know,
conversation
and
over there.
You said, hold my beer.
I did.
You made me stand in this particular line because that's where we followed him to that line. There were like 20 other lines.
So I made a friend.
You did.
Yeah. I never would have spoken to another human being in that line if it weren't for the sake of the podcast.
I really wanted to. Okay, so speaking of this football game, it was so fun. Thank you for inviting us. We had a great time. And our team won. We're very excited. People in front of us that were sitting in front of us, there were two guys that were sitting in front of me and Phil. They would not sit down. That was the first half of the game. Everyone, like you stand up at the very beginning, everybody is sitting down but these two dudes. And I can't see, so I have to stand up too. And the people behind us, I'm making eye contact. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't see. I'm standing up. I would love to not stand up. But this is how it's happening. And I did hear on the other side of the aisle, someone totally said to someone else, can you sit down, please? But they weren't talking to our guys that were standing up. They were talking to someone else who had decided that they needed to stand up. And we are so high up. Mm-hmm. It's so scary when you're standing up and you're so high up because I'm just like, if I lose my balance, I'm going to fall to my death. Like, this is happening. That's how I feel at the Paycom Center, too. I hate being up at the top. I could have whole conversations about standing at the top of something.
I told you what happened the first game we went to, right? The lady that passed out?
No. At the OU game? At an OU game?
Yeah.
Like
the
where we were
first game that we went to with those seats 3 years ago. It was 175 degrees outside. And we're sitting there. We don't know the people next to us. Now, we're like great friends.
They're your best friends.
Really, they are.
Very sweet
we
people.
Exchange birthday presents and stuff. But
man, it's real.
We're sitting there and it was hot and it was miserable and whatever. We're like, we should go. And I hear this just massive thud right behind me. And I look and there's a person sprawled out right behind me. Like she's hit the bleacher seat that I was sitting on. And she is on the ground convulsing in a seizure.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like,
if only there was a medical professional.
I'm going to have to do something.
Around.
Like the one here. I'm going to have to do something. And so Jamie's like, well, you know, we kind of sit there. The whole place is just kind of looking. No one jumps to anything because we're like, I mean, she's having a seizure. I mean, you just got to sit there.
Because all the doctors are sitting down below.
Right. So Jamie's like, and there's no reception in front of your cell phone.
No.
So he's like trying to get, and I'm like, call 911. And so he has to run down. I know where all the emergency phones are now because he had to run the corridor to find an emergency phone. So I was like, call 911. And the people next to me, the guy, Zach, he goes, I'm 911.
Is he like a dispatcher or
he's
he's
the paramedic?
EMT?
He's the EMT that gets dispatched. And
Dude.
it was like, all right. So he
jump into action.
He did.
Zach.
He did. He controlled the whole scene. He gets up there. He tells people what to do. We're getting everyone in. Finally, like 10 minutes into it, some lady runs up from somewhere and she's like, I'm a nurse. Can I help? And Zach's like, I don't need you. Like, I'm good. We're good. And so she never comes to. Like, she gets done with her seizure and she never wakes back up. And so her family's there and we're asking all the questions. We see the paramedic people walking up the other aisle. And we're like,
did they bring like a stretcher?
So they come up and there's like, this is where it gets good. Okay.
How do you
there's like 7 teenage boys.
We need pictures of where we're sitting because like it's so steep.
Just wait for it.
So steep.
There's like 7 teenage boys that come up with this backboard and a couple paramedics. And we were like, I don't know what you're going to do. I mean, she was a well-built woman. Like she was just sturdy. I mean, she hit that ground hard. And so they finally determined that she doesn't have a neck injury. This is all, the game is still going on. And so they move her up onto this backboard on our bleacher and strap her in. And I was like, what are you going to do now? I don't understand what's going to happen. So the backboard's there. You'll be happy to know. Have a notch on the bottom to where you can just put them on the rail on the stairs. The railway that goes up that you hang on to. And you just hang on to it and you slide it down. So they brought up, mind you, 6 teenage boys who had to have been volunteers.
Just slide her down.
To slide her down the railing. This largely built woman who's just had a seizure.
I'm so sad you don't have video evidence of this.
And we were all standing there and I was like, she's going to fly up. Like, if there's not a stopping to the rail.
No. And like the height of the rail at the end, like that would not have protected her. She could have catapulted like Kevin McAllister on Home Alone and just shot right out the door.
100% what would have happened. And I was like,
oh my gosh.
This is it. Like, this is what I'm envisioning happening. And they go down and you can see those guys, like, they're shaking as they're walking down because they're trying not to slide her down the railing.
You know, send her flying.
She made it down there. In fact, the first game this season.
Was she there?
She walked up the stairs. And she stops. And I didn't get a great picture of her not seizing, right, in my mind. And she stops where we are. And she's like, breathing, because it was like a long ways up those stairs, right? And my dad's like, oh, it takes a lot of work to get up there. She goes, yeah, I had what did she say? I had a heart attack when I was here one time.
Oh my God.
And then she walked up and me and the lady Becca sitting next to me were like, oh, it's her. It was her. She was back.
No.
And she went all the way back up to the same seats she was at before.
She's committed. That is an OU fan right there.
And then there was a train wreck on our way out, like as we were walking to our car, and we got stuck for hours because you can't cross the train tracks to get to your car when there's a train wreck. That was all the first OU football game.
What was it? There was a train wreck, so they hit something?
They hit a car. The car was parked on the tracks. No one was in it. They just parked on the track.
Are you kidding?
So then the train got stuck.
Stay in school, kids.
So we sat out there. We sat out there for hours. And that was my first. So at least that didn't happen this time. But so to your point.
But we did have a train. We did see a train like in the way as we're waiting to park.
To your point, you could just slide all the way down.
So now we know that there's some fun exits that we could, someday try if we...
And I know where all the emergency phones are. I even texted my
safer.
brother. I was like, can you send the police over here?
Seriously. So Penny's brother, for anyone who is listening who doesn't know, Penny's brother, shout out to the voice of the Sooners, Toby Rowland. So when you go to the OU games, he's in the press box.
No, it's when you
doing his cool thing
to the OU games and you go to the bathroom. He's the voice in your ear when you're in the bathroom.
He is. And just outside of...
Just everywhere.
Like, yeah, you hear him like at the concession stand too. When you turn on the radio. Put the ponies in the barn!
Oh, mama.
My favorite was listening to him on Saturday after the game, because the game was very exciting. And OU scored a touchdown late in the fourth quarter, and it won the game for them. And he is yelling, but his voice cracks both times he says touchdown. It was the most adorable. Touchdown! Touchdown! I was like, he's so excited, and he had his hands clenched, and it was just so cute. Loved it.
I texted him, like, can you call 911 for me while you're up there?
I was about to say, like, did you call in the reinforcements? He's probably got a landline in there.
So anyway, that's what I did for the sake of the podcast. Is I don't have anything exciting to say from my conversation with my line friends.
I can't remember what you guys talked about, but I totally remember this whole exchange.
I never would have talked to another human being in that line. So that was for you guys.
I
made a friend.
So this was not for the sake of the podcast, but at that same game, I was going to the bathroom during halftime, which was the stupidest idea in the history of the world. But the men's and the women's line were like all jumbled together. And this one, like when we finally found the women's line, because it was crazy, this one lady was like, it's never like this. Like, I was like, yeah, because some dude is in charge of wherever you guys are going. And I said, women should be in charge of this line. And some man behind me was like, oh, it would be bad if women were in charge. I was like, you've obviously never been to kindergarten.
To anywhere in your whole life.
Because you all are a bunch of kindergarten pozos. You can't handle being in line. Women can handle this. Just shut up and sit down.
So there's a bathroom attendant there. She's there every game. She's my favorite. I'm going to bring her a Christmas present to the championship game because she's my favorite. And she entertains everyone. And it's like her life calling is to be the bathroom attendant at the OU football games. It's her joy. It brings her joy. It does. She just can't wait. If you're out of toilet paper, like she's like, I'm there. I'm here. I'm coming. So I think
I was in the other bathroom.
Oh, then you missed it.
I missed it because like they would come out and say, we need toilet paper. And they're like, I'm on it. And they'd run to get the toilet paper, but they weren't like proactive with it.
Well,
they were very sweet.
The last time I went, there was like 4 stalls in a row that were like, do you guys have paper? Do you have toilet paper? They're knocking on the door and they're all sharing underneath and we can all hear them talking from outside of the stalls. And she comes over to me and she's like, I just love Oklahoma. And I was like, she's like, people are just so kind even in the bathroom. And she puts her arm around me and she gives me a hug. And she was like, this is a great state we live in. As I'm waiting for the bathroom. In a moment, I hugged a stranger in the bathroom. I should have started with that.
Second.
But I didn't initiate it.
Second, for the sake of the podcast that you did. Good job.
Yep.
Good job.
I feel like she's not a stranger. I've shared a lot of bathroom moments with her over the last 2 years. All right. Another segment here that we had not introduced on our pilot episode. Our original idea with the podcast was a wheel of topics in which I know what's
everything.
on.
She knows it all.
I forgot what I put on here because it's been so long.
And I don't know. I don't know what's on the wheel. So the wheel is a mystery to me. And it's apparently a mystery to her too.
What did I write here?
Oh no, we also need to have a book segment. I'm all about it.
I just finished both of the books for our book club. I finished last night.
So I haven't read the Christmas Tree Farm, but I read the one before that. Okay, so we have a book club. The two of us and Red are in a book club. And our last book that we read was, hold on, don't tell me, Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Mm-hmm. And so then we're like, oh, well, let's just do the next one or whatever. The Christmas Tree Farm, because it was Christmas. It's going to be Christmas, December. So I went ahead and did the cinnamon bun store or whatever that one's called, the middle one. Mm-hmm. And then the Christmas Tree Farm is actually on my Libby, ready to go, but I hadn't finished the Remarkable Bright Creatures or whatever it's called.
Oh, the octopus
The
one?
octopus one. I'm not done.
I haven't read that one yet.
But I know, I know where it's heading kind of, you think you know where it's going. I love books. I love books a lot. I read and listen to books all day, every day. Mm-hmm. However, I'm not like a huge, I'm not nitpicking and pulling it apart and thinking through a whole lot. I like to, if I have an idea of where a book's going, then okay. But I'm not like a critiquer of books,
I kind of am. Shockingly.
I know, I'm surprised. So like, I like a good story. There's a lot that, like one of the ones that we read, I knew where it was going. The one that we talked about, Daisy Darker. I did know, I had a suspicion. But then there's some that I'm like, wow, I didn't expect that at all. Or I'm just not like thinking about it too much. So there's all the reasons for it though. So if I am listening to a book, which is 75% of my books as I'm listening to them, I miss a lot of stuff, which is okay. But I have to pick and choose what I listen to. So I can listen to the Pumpkin Spice Cafe because it's, what's going to happen from the beginning. Yes. It's like a cute little cozy romance read. And I sometimes do okay with like the thrillers, but I usually do listen to them because it's less scary for me because I'm a big baby. It's real. But I cannot, most of the time I don't listen to fantasy books because it's too much. You have to read it. I have to read it because hold on. I requested a drink from my brother, who's now going, how do I do one? I sent you, okay, check your Instagram. I sent you a recipe.
My lovely husband is bartending.
He's bartending
and feeding the children.
And feeding kids. And I think 2 of them wanted to go get in the hot tub. And like, it's new. We have a new hot tub. Kayla's never opened it up, so she doesn't have any idea how to do it. And I didn't do it. So
he's just taking care of it.
He's out there doing his thing.
He had no idea this was happening tonight. He came home. I was like, hey, we're going to go podcast.
So, yeah, I mean, Phil should, I don't know when he'll be home. Any minute. Probably not, but...
Trip and I will read books together and sit down and talk about the themes and the writing style and, you know, all of the different aspects of literature and writing. And I think it's, and he always has a cup of tea. Trip is my 15-year-old son.
I am dead.
And he always has tea. And he'll stick his pinky out, though, when he's drinking it. And he's like, what did you think of what
my
the author
heart
said?
just explodes with Trip. So I read a book with Trip a couple of years ago, and I think it's one that we have both already read. Like, I read it again so we could have a conversation about it. And I feel like it was like one that he'd read 18 times too, but I was like, well, let's do it. I'll do it. And we totally did. So I did put on, I don't know if he's going to remember, but I probably read or listen to. I mean, I count listening to books as reading books. That's like, they all count the same. If I have gone through a book, it's reading a book. I probably read 100 books a year. And I don't remember what I read or sometimes what happens in the books. And then I'm like, I'm not reading it again. My TBR is way too long. And I don't have time to go deal with like reading the synopsis or like someone else's like recap of a book. So I did ask for a book journal for Christmas. I actually had this idea to make my own book journal with one of my other sisters-in-law who's very crafty. I feel like she is a librarian because of course she's
the best.
She's so great. I have 3 amazing sisters-in-law.
I also have 3 sisters-in-law.
And we're all amazing too.
It's true.
I'll just say we're amazing.
We are in your own various ways.
We are very different, but you guys are all very different too. It makes it so much fun. Mm-hmm. So anyway, my one sister-in-law who's a librarian, I said, hey, I've got this idea. I feel like we should totally do this. And she was, you know, I feel like my contribution to this would be the idea. And she would have to like do everything else. That kind of sucks. As a human, it was probably like, yeah, I know how this is going to turn out.
But she reacted like this. I think it's such a great idea.
She did. She's like, oh, that's so fun.
And I would be happy to do all of that for you.
I know. And it would be so cute. So there's
Sorry, I got too far away.
I think you did.
It's because she's so soft spoken that I was trying
She
to
is
do
until
my
she gets excited. And then she's very, like, when we play card games, which I know you don't like to play card games with us.
You guys are the worst.
Well, okay. I would say that the big family is the worst. Bring us together, the smaller group, and I feel like you should give us another chance.
Nope.
She won't, but it wasn't this little group that she had the issue with. It was the big group, and the big group doesn't play the card games anymore. So I remember the incident. Forgive.
Yeah. It was shortly after I was sharing a bed with your mom.
And it wasn't even that side of the family. It was my husband's side of the family.
We're going to have a book segment, and we will.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Do you know which one of those is the spinny sound?
I think it'll say
random sound effects, because I'm going to give you a topic, and then I'm going to give you
I'm so ready.
3 minutes.
3 minutes on this topic
to just talk about it.
But do I know what, I mean, I don't know. Okay.
I haven't stopped
Spoiler
it yet.
I don't know any of the topics. I don't know what's on this wheel. So
the wheel looks like this.
I didn't see it.
You can't see it. I just showed them.
I know, but I mean, I can see your thing.
Do I just need to make a fake spinny sound?
There is a spinny sound. Maybe it's number 3.
All right. That was my spinny sound. Did you hear it?
he's doing it. He's doing the drink.
Okay, are you ready for your topic?
Yep, I'm so ready.
Let me get the timer. I picked topics that I really thought
that I could carry
for at least 3 to 5 minutes without running out of something to say. Okay, are you ready?
Yep.
Unknown topic number 1, and possibly the only one this evening, but something for our listeners to look forward to. Okay. Hell.
Hell?
Hell.
As in like the place or like the curse word?
I just wrote hell.
All right, well, I'll talk about hell as in the place. So my whole life...
I really dove in here.
Yeah, thanks. I always was like, okay, this is serious. We're going to have serious...
something else. Hold on.
You have a funnier one?
Woo! Oh, here he is.
Look at how great you are. Thank you.
We just talked about you.
All good things.
Not all good things.
Mostly good things.
I love you so much. Even despite you giving one of my
ice
tacos away.
That story.
Yeah, you're so cute. Okay, I'm going to save hell then, because our listeners are probably scared off. I'm fine.
Thank you.
That was loud.
That was loud.
You know what that sounded like?
Take Poppy.
Hey, do you know what that sound sounded like? The sound of that lady when she fell down the stairs at the OU football game and thumped her head behind us.
With her seizure or heart attack, whatever she had.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bye. Is it of the lady that fell?
I feel like that was a weird segue into I've got a video to show you later.
They're okay.
Okay. Well, then in the spirit of this, let me start over.
So ready.
Fine, we're gonna lighten things up.
Not
Prepare
talking
yourself,
about hell today.
Listeners. We're gonna talk about hell.
I'm gonna need
though.
I need a few more drinks if I'm
Before
gonna
you
make
talk
hell
about
funny.
Okay. Holidays.
Okay.
There's no parameters.
All right. I'm trying to think of holidays. Cool. So can't even think of anything good now.
I can give you some prompts.
Give me some prompts about holidays. So like my mom, I know it's a little we need some more apple cider in it. Maybe text him and say to bring it's so bitter.
It bit me later. Your mom is a prompt.
My mom is a prompt for holidays. So Christmas with my mother. She really likes to give gifts. But she's been shopping all year. And she is bargain shopping. And so it doesn't matter. Like when they were little, so we have 3 little girls that are very close in age.
But not close to the same
but
body
they're not
shape.
Similar in any other way, but the similar age. They're very different children. They have very different body types. They have very different preferences and different styles. And but she does not like to deviate from I want them all to match.
Mm-hmm. They have to be exactly equal.
And
crop tops and everything.
Seriously. So she'll buy clothes. She's doing better because we've had to have this conversation. I have tried very many times for years now to fix this. Because now one of them is 16 and the other 2 are 17. So we've been going through this for a long time. And we've had this conversation many a time. Because she will buy 3 of the same thing to give to them, but she'll buy it like in August. And then come December, that's absolutely not what they want. And it doesn't fit. August. They didn't want it in August, but it doesn't fit either. So, but she wants it to be fair. So she'll, Kohl's cash, man. She buys a Kohl's, but she doesn't ask them what they want for Christmas.
Or their actual sizes.
or their actual sizes. And so we have a whole array of stuff that they didn't want or ask
she has
for.
them try it on.
And then she's sad that they're not excited about their presents. And I'm like, you are so excited about the quantity of items because you get like this such a great deal, but they didn't want the thing. So if you just get one thing, the same amount of money, say you want to spend this much money, go with their list. She does not like to go with their list, which is just crazy. She gets so mad because my kids' other grandma, she only shops off of the list. And so they are thrilled with what they get for Christmas from the other side of the family. But that's because she went off the list. So I'm like, if you would like to have the excited Christmas surprise, first off, don't forget a kid. She did forget a kid one time.
She forgot Trip.
She forgot Trip. How do you forget Trip? Like, seriously. I know there's a lot. There's not even that many kids. There's only 6.
She bought gifts for everybody in the whole world and all the random people she invited to Christmas.
She had like stinking extra presents for the extra children that showed up. And she didn't have, okay, but Trippy got, here, will you answer?
This is 2 years ago.
Trippy got great presents afterwards because he was forgotten. So he scored giant. He got everything he wanted. You know, the other kids probably did not get what they wanted.
And he gets an entire lifetime of talking about how he was forgotten at Christmas.
And so he always gets to hold that over Grandma. So she's going to go extra for him, hopefully. And then I always think I need to make sure that I bring a present for Trip to Grandma's house.
Just an extra Trip present.
No. But Kayla, I don't know if... ask him to ask Kayla.
Actually, ask Jamie.
Ask Jamie because the girls might be in the hot tub. Yeah, I'm good.
My favorite year with your mom.
Oh, I know what it is too. I think I know. I forgot this one.
It's the year when they were moving.
Yeah. So my mom got married. It's 9 years ago. This last month in November. 9 years ago in November, she got remarried after being widowed for 19 years. Man. So she moved shortly after they got married. She moved. He also moved. They both moved to Texas. So they're converging 2 very long-standing households into one house with all their individual crap, and then they're going to try to put it together. So she decided that it was a good idea to give her children all the stuff that she didn't want.
She didn't want.
So we got...
She entered her junk drawers.
So we got a bunch of magnets. We got a ton of coffee cups. And pens. We got a bunch of stuffed animals. Oh my gosh.
My favorite thing was we were sitting there and none of us knew what to do. We were like, I don't. And I looked at Jamie and I was like, does this hold sentimental value to you guys? Like, is this something from your dad? And you were like, no. It's nothing.
We got rid of all of it.
It's
and I felt bad. I should have probably looked at it further.
Phil was like, thanks, Mayor. I'm just going to go dump this or save them some trouble and dump it in the trash.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that she gave us like some potpourri or something.
Some old battery. It's like she picked out the junk drawer.
Bags of...
And just individually...
Didn't she give us potpourri?
I'm sure there was potpourri.
I think there was potpourri in one of the bags, and I was like, what the heck?
And there were so many coffee mugs from different places.
And they don't drink coffee.
And they're not the good mugs, though. Like, they're like the little mugs that you can't get a good cup of coffee into.
Yeah. I think we gave them all away, and I feel a little, like, I had a little bit of regret. Like, I didn't look at them closer, but it's okay.
Well, I asked her, I was like, are these sentimental coffee? Like, is this... I gotta know. And she's like, well, that's when I traveled to no, I'm good.
If she didn't need it. But she gave us like...
They emptied their junk drawers and gave it to us for Christmas.
I know. David was like, I hope you're excited about all the stuff that I'm giving you. And I was like, thanks.
I wanted to be like, are you selling a house? Because let's split that up.
Nope.
No houses were sold. No, it was literally junk drawer.
I need some. Here, I need to text
divvying up.
Bring in the apple cider.
So, as we're rounding out this episode, you're talking about holidays. We have holidays coming up. We had one. We're in the midst of it all. I think every single one of my evenings now in the month of December is accounted for, probably. Now, I do a good job of accounting for my evenings by, like, blocking them off and being like, don't schedule anything. So that's accounted for, too. But we actually worked out family Christmas date.
Amazing.
And I worked out a family Christmas date on the Rollin' side.
That's incredible.
There might be 7 people there. I don't know. But I picked a day. Who knows who's going to show up? I can tell you who's not going to show up.
Well, I'm not going to show up to Rollin' Family Christmas Day. I wasn't invited. Can you pour?
You should come for the sake of the podcast.
I would. I mean, I like all those people.
But can you not say anything? Can you like just observe in the corner and be like, I'm just here as an observer?
That will go very well. First off, Judy would not let me. She would talk my ear off, which I love her so much.
Oh, bless her.
But I don't think I could get away with being a silent observer. Have you met me?
Have you ever silently observed anything?
Not on purpose. Not unless I was getting paid for it. Definitely.
You would get a better reception at my family Christmas than I get.
That's so not true.
It's so honored. Except, okay, this is the one thing that I wanted to share that happened over Thanksgiving that I thought was podcast worthy. Stories. Well, it was lovely. We watched the dog show, but so I have this tiny little nephew. He's 4. Okay, so I have a million nephews. There's so many nieces and nephews on that side of the family. My brother has 9 children, and 2 of them are getting married in the next 6 months. So all 9 kids plus their fiancés were there, plus my family. And it was chaos, and it was lovely. And their littlest one is 4. And he insists on wearing muscle shirts. And he walks around... He walks around flexing his muscles.
Oh my god!
And then he gets on the floor and does the worm. Through everything. So he was just doing that the whole day. He'd walk up to you and be like... And so he's just the cutest thing. But we went out and played some football, because that's what we do, right? It's Thanksgiving, we play football. So we're out in the front yard, we're playing football, and he wanted to play. And he wanted desperately to be on Uncle Penny's team.
So cute.
I'll be on Uncle Penny's team?
Oh my gosh.
Uncle Penny, throw me the ball. Uncle Penny, throw me the ball. And then if he didn't get the ball, he'd get super mad and he'd stomp off and go tell his mom that no one threw him the ball that play. And he'd come back out and he'd be like, Uncle Penny. So I henceforth am called Uncle Penny. And I decided not to take a whole like feminist stand against it. I'm just going to go with it because he's so cute.
And he's the youngest of 9.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Those young 3 don't know who I am. Everyone else does know who I am. I can't even tell them apart.
Well, he's the one with
I feel
the
like I know
shirt.
all their names, but I don't know which one's which.
Yeah, they're pretty darn cute. So I think my new handle on everything is just going to be Uncle Penny.
Oh, I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm.
If I call you that, I hope you don't get offended.
Well, you have to also be wearing a muscle shirt. And
I feel
doing
like I
the
can
worm.
make that happen. I probably can't. Did you know that Andon he chipped a tooth doing the worm?
I did know that.
At our house.
Andon's done every
An
injury
tooth.
known to man.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got the holidays.
Like
now, I need you to come up with something over the next week or 2 that you're actually doing outside of your norm that you wouldn't do anyway for the sake of the podcast.
Well, I have a palm fundraiser.
Don't tell me anything about it.
I don't want to do it. I've got to do it. It's Sunday.
You have to do that. No, you got to come out with something that you wouldn't normally do. Like, I didn't have to talk to the random person next to me in line. I didn't have to almost throw up on them, but I did.
It would have been so much better.
It didn't render me a great story, but I tried. And you got to try before we come back.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
Do Do we have exit music? Is it the same as our entrance music?
Yeah. I gotta work on this back here. We need like something else to look at.
You have to hit